Rolling camera too, huh? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another session of The Playhouse. The man that you are seeing on your screen needs no introduction. The man needs no introduction. So let me just quickly throw a disclaimer. This guy has done too much work. While doing my research, I came across over 100 songs. How many artists can you say have dropped that amount of content? So all of you who are going to want him to speak about his different songs, it may not happen, but I promise you we'll definitely cover the journey in a holistic perspective. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for none other than Papa Jones, aka Omolo, aka your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, aka the best rapper in Africa, aka Khaligraph Jones.
Hey, ataka sipani mbadhi bado nichekesha donda wada napita mbagati aniko kale saronga asio sikudhani ati siku moja mimi ndaendesha 5 liter so sio ni reason uziwe nikikuja kwa show nikidai mita napenda vile unavodunda ukitembea unafanya nikutake take kweli Mola kakuumba unateketea vile uko lit lazima nkukate sijui kama una copy Buddha si boka look up, yes man. Mtami uchill na mafiatu, yes man. Gangster, timba ndo kiatu, yes man. Tunapiga jinja na shaku, yes baba. Ni mimi ndo wanapenda kutupia lawama. Tusaina tengeza pesa na hawana. First I'd like to thank everybody for showing up for this session. Your Honor, these are the rappers the masses been requesting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so important that you follow. I'm your attorney, but just address me as Mr. Omolo. Omolo, nimetoka Bondo. Omolo, nimetoka Bondo. Hey, salute to my fans yuko Bongo. And trust me, bado ni kionjo. Omolo, nimetoka Bondo, bado ikifika bizo nitambua kama Jones, aka Julius Yago. And since I debuted on the scene, I knew I was gonna be a rebel. And what I be doing is dope, see y'all ain't even in my level. I walk in the club and I love in the way that I'm rocking the medals. The way that I carry the stick, the girls are calling me Yago. And they never know the story of us before the glory. And I do it all again. I wish we could rewind.
What's up? What's good, bro?
Hey, Kali, Yani, first and foremost, blessed pleasure to have you here on the Playhouse. Thank you for taking time out to just come and speak to us and share your journey.
It's all good. It's all good.
So, boss, no time to waste. Let's jump straight into it.
Yeah.
The first question that I like asking people on the Playhouse is, when did you fall in love with music?
When did I fall in love with music? I really can't remember because I've always been a fan of music ever since I was a kid, from a tender age.
How old are we talking about?
I'm talking about probably 4, I guess 4, because I come from a very musical background, I would say. My big bro also happens to be a musician. So
who's your big bro?
Span KOB.
So same, blood brother.
Blood brother, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I remember Span from back in the...
Yeah, back in the days, yeah. So he also influenced me to start doing music. that's basically where the love for music began. But yeah, it goes way back.
How many children are you guys?
We're like, I have, how many siblings? We're like 6.
Like 6?
We were 6. We actually used to be 7, but we're 6 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pole on that one.
Good.
So, and what number are you in that?
I'm number 4. Sometimes you do that.
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids.
Any girls up in there?
Of course, yeah. Actually, right now, Span KOB is my only bro, and I have 4 sisters.
Whoa!
Yeah,
in case you didn't know, man. So you don't have to say, but can I know when was Khaligraph born? Like, how old are you?
I was born on the 12th of June in the year 1990.
Yani 1990.
Yeah. So actually, what is the month right now? With this coronavirus thing, we're losing track of everything.
Man.
But I'm gonna be turning 30, probably in a month from now. June, I guess. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to understand where I'm a bit like on the Playhouse. I interview guys who've been veterans, guys who've been in this game for years. But you, for me, you've already hit veteran status. Not veteran status, but you've hit OG status in terms of just the body and the impact that you have brought.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So that's why I brought you in. But I just wanted guys to understand sort of your age. So you're saying you're turning 30, Mzee?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, so Span One introduces you to music. Who are you listening to then?
I'm listening to my love for music is general, and I'm not talking about only hip hop peke yake. I'm just listening to all sorts of music, from R&B to gospel music, to neo soul. So my love for music is very general, but of course need to specialize in hip hop, and that's what I do right now. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about where you at this time. I always hear you rapping Kayole.
Yeah, of course, Kayole 1960. That's where I was born. That's where I was raised. At some point we left Kidogo and life was starting to become better, but unfortunately, circumstances at some point, you have to go back again. But I was in Kayole, that time. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that because I always hear you repping your hood proudly.
Yeah, of course, man. We have to.
So when now, okay, when you talk about the love for music, let's talk about now primary. Are you dropping bars at this time? Have you started?
Of course,
spitting?
yeah. I think actually the first song that I ever recorded I was in class 7. That was in 2003.
Kali, you were in class 7 in 2003.
In 2003. I was in class 7. The first time I ever got into a recording studio and recorded my first track. But even before that, I was already rapping in school. PPI lessons, Khaligraph Jones. They didn't call me Khaligraph, of course. My name was Brian. I'm a Brian.
Yeah, Brian Omolo, aka Brian Omolo.
So Aligonajua Brian is he's a musician. He's a rapper. And of course, at that point, I wasn't writing my own rhymes. I was in class 6, maybe. So I used to rap my brothers. I used to rap along my brother's songs because he was already recording at that point. They had formed a group, Uko in Kayole, and they were doing gospel music. They were very vocal. Yep. So yeah, I used to Kidogo, take them back to school, rap them, and everybody was actually very excited and happy. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask this. The first time I heard you, because of your accent, I was like, where were you in Primo first and foremost?
I was in Imara Primary School. Imariko, deep in the 1960.
Hey man, that's big ups for that.
My nigga, the first time I heard you, I thought you was American. Like you wouldn't even know I'm a very big fan, by the way. We're doing this interview, but
I can't believe that.
I just had to put it out there. It's only right, man.
But mad respect, because you've sent me a few songs rapping Close Your Eyes, rapping They Say. I'm like, what on earth? I've even had you on Riga.
Of course, man.
So okay, and now I've understood it because of your bro.
Your
bro now. I actually didn't think. I thought you guys were just tight homies. Your blood brothers, man.
Blood bro, yeah.
Okay, so what song can you remember the bars you went to for your first recording?
The first song that I ever wrote and recorded, this is a song I did with a guy called Hope Kid.
Hope Kid?
Yeah.
The gospel Hope Kid?
Exactly, yeah. We actually formed a group as well back in the days. But we used to go, like Kilam Tolik, one of their own individual names. There was no specific name for the group. But he's the first guy that I went to the studio with in 2003.
What?
Yeah.
Man, I love the backstory. I've seen you've recorded there's a new song that I've seen you recorded with Hope Kid. Yeah. So you and Hope Kid, it's not that ati mlijuana tu sahi.
Hapana, tumejuana kuanzia kitambo sana. Like, I mean, from Primo all the way to high school. I mean, we were not in the same high school, but we used to be tight. Like, we've been tight ever since.
What?
Yeah.
Hope Kid, mad respect.
Yeah, bless up.
So you, Hope Kid, now in Primo, mulikuwa kwa group?
Tulikuwa kwa group, tuko tumeform group.
What? Was there anybody else?
There wasn't anybody else. We were emulating Akina Span KOB.
Yeah.
That he used to go by Span still.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had formed their own group, and we thought like we might as well do the same thing, me and Hope Kid, and that's what we did. Yeah, and recorded a couple of tracks together. Yeah. So the first time I record, me and Hope Kid, we go to this studio. I can't even remember the name. It was in Koma.
Okay.
Koma Rokapo hivyo. And he's the one who actually took me to the studio. I had never been to a studio before, so Hope Kid told me about these guys he knows, and they were willing to record us for free because we didn't have money to pay for the sessions. So we go there and we record a song called Gospel. Gospel. Yeah, I used to do gospel back in the days.
Man, I mean, you still do it in some of your songs.
Of course, man, you have to.
Yeah, and we'll get there. Okay, so you record that song, unajaribu kutoa nothing. It doesn't blow or something at that time, or did it get some airplay?
like, I mean, at that point, the intention was just to record. It was not even about getting airplay.
Kujisikia.
And kujisikia too. Because, you know, I'm like how it is right now. Back in the days, we didn't have studios.
Yep.
So for you to access a studio, that was, you know, one hell of a hustle.
Yep.
But so Kisha get studio and you get to record your song, man, I think uko too happy.
Yeah.
So at that point, recording was the most important thing. That's what we did. We recorded the first song called Gospel. Safi basi sasa twende kazi. Tupate JCC for zote anazohitaji. Giving us life na bado hatuna asanti. Kumbuka kufa lazima lakini kuishi bahati. Yani something to like that. And I wrote that when I was in class 7. And you know,
Boys, we're talking 2000. You were saying 2003.
2003, yeah.
Hey, if you chucked that jam, homie, you'd have it.
Yeah, I was young.
Big ups. Okay, where does the journey go? So you started this game in 2003. That's when.
So basically in 2003, yeah.
What happens next?
We get to perform. Back in the days, kulikuwa na ma concerts za gospel kibao. I didn't have, you know, this amount of confidence that I have right now. Because, you know, you are young. And tunaona kina Daddy Owen and
Rafton,
kina Escape Blue, man. See the old Sakata, unajua, everybody's doing their thing and they're doing it on a very, you know, wide scale. But we used to perform, had a couple of gigs where I performed that, me and Hope Kid. But at some point, I personally felt like that wasn't my calling. But your time.
Yeah.
So me and Hope Kid, we parted ways.
Yep.
He was left doing gospel music. Me tulihama tukaenda kwingine. So Span was still doing music, but Span amehama mtaa, unaona?
Yes.
So hakuna Span hapo mi kumfuata kila saa kumuuliza ni aje. So in the process of you know, everybody going on their own individual ways, I started listening to there's a hip hop show called The Joint by Mwafrika. Unaona, he used to play underground hip hop.
Yep.
And like he introduced me to a whole new sound that I had never, you know, heard before. Because this is underground hip hop. Tumeanza kusikiza watu kama akina KRS-One, akina, you know.
By the way, big ups to Mwafrika. Mwafrika needs to be on this show because those are guys who
of course, man.
I mean, opened up the scene.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So now you're listening to Mwafrika. And then he was on radio at the time.
He was on radio, YFM.
So, YFM.
YFM, bro, yeah.
Manipeleka baka vertebrate.
Back like a vertebrate, came back to penetrate. Music with a positive influence, never hesitate. Do you know who say that?
Sa boss nilikuwa nasikiza. Wow. You know, by the other day on your status niliona music with a positive influence. Nika screenshot. I'm like,
I got that from you.
Najua pali umse alitoa hii kitu.
Yeah.
So anyway,
mimi nasikiza Mwaf. Nimeanza kusikiza Mwaf, perspective yangu ya muziki imebroaden. Now I'm understanding music in a, you know, different level, and I'm understanding that there's also this new other side of rap that I have never been exposed to, and it's pretty interesting, unaona. So at that point I'm like, I want to start rapping. Like I was rapping.
Give me ideas of people you were listening to at that time.
Nilikuwa nasikiza, the people are not familiar with these names because it's underground.
Sema tu.
In Kenya or just basically
anywhere.
My kulikuwa na Master Ace, kulikuwa na Die Hard. That's a rapper from Kenya. He used to rap back and they don't know where he went. Kulikuwa na, of course, Abbas Kubaf. We had kulikuwa na diss tracks zinatoka kina FBI. FBI, that group terrorizing everybody in the industry.
The Chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas, of course, man. Chihuahuas, of course. Kantai. Yani Captain who's Masi Myers bro. Yani hiyo ikakuja ikachange tu perspective yangu ya usanii na mziki, and I felt like I needed to rap, you know. And then I also discovered that I, you know, possessed this talent of freestyling, which I'm very good at. No.
So now before that, before this time, had you started, before listening to Mwafrika, you were not freestyling, eh?
I wasn't freestyling.
Yeah. Because yes, that's underground. That's
underground.
Part of the culture.
That's part of the culture, of course.
You know know how we do.
Yeah, true.
Cali be the name, and of course I'm coming through.
For sure, man.
And this is how we do it.
Yeah.
Best in the game.
Sure.
Na flow square rap to
Yeah.
me pekendo ni na change.
True.
Come through better.
Yeah.
Our wizzy tosha.
Yeah.
MCs are battle them na obvious ndawa osha.
Yeah, man.
And that's me.
Sure.
MCs wana rap
Yeah.
lakini freestyle ni mbaya nikawa ko class 3.
Oh.
Mini mbaya. Where's the
Tell him,
creativity?
man.
MCs
Tell
joanna
him.
behave
Tell
kama
him.
liar.
Tell
Mi
him.
pekendo niko juu.
Yo.
Them I keep it true.
Endelea, man.
MCs wengine wanakani kama wana flu.
Yo.
Chew. Come through on the better cause unajua that I can hurt you.
Yo.
Na beta nikileta easy vitu.
Yeah.
Haijalishi manze atakani usiku.
Yeah.
Jubado kali wanakuta vitu. Don't forget I got my main man here, Mr.
Yeah.
Feature.
Yo, man.
So I started freestyling and just understanding hip hop, and nikakuwa so much into rap. I was so deep into rap, and I wanted to do the same thing, if not, of better yani.
Yeah.
So ikaendelea hivyo until a friend of mine called Proface Black. You're gonna see him in all the videos that I release is always there.
So what's the guy's name again?
Proface Black. Alfred is his government name, but of course, you are the street name,
AKA.
the AKA Proface Black. And so Proface Black took me to place flani. What walikuwa wana rap? Ilikuwa inaitwa wapi? Words and Pictures,
British Council.
Of course, yeah. So he took me there. Mi nilikuwa mshamba. Like mi sikuanga najuanga tao naona yani, because different life circumstances,
Yep.
Life was not, nini on a silver plate. We had to undergo through a lot of stuff just to even be where we are today. So mi sikuwa msene nanga tao, sikuwa najua nini nafanyika nje. Mi nilikuwa nakaanga kwa keja na because even at some point I dropped out of school. Unaona?
Out of high school.
High school.
Where did you go to high school?
I went to nilienda mashule.
Nilienda,
but the school where I completed my high school education is called Brucewood. Brucewood iko Koma Rock pia yani.
Yeah.
So professor kanipeleka Words and Pictures wapi British Council. Nimefika pale tumeona watu wana rap. There's a stage, a platform, and everybody's just rapping, everybody's freestyling, dope rappers. We had people like Akina Morocco, Octopizzo was there as well. Mwafrika was also there,
yeah.
Buddha Blaze, just a whole lot of names. And at first, because it's a whole new environment for me, I didn't get on stage the first time. Because you remember, nilikuwa nafanyanga gospel kitambo. So I had never been on a stage since, I think, 4-5 years or something, yani. So
what year is this, like 2000 and?
This is 2007 or 8.
Around there.
Around there, yani, yeah. So, nimefika hapo tunaonanga tu wase. And I used to roll with Proface. Proface has been my only friend, yani, from the get-go, unaona. So tunafika pale watu wako na maklik. Kila mtu akona click yake. Octopizzo akona click yake ya Kibira.
Number 9, baby.
Everybody, kila mtu akona click yake ya mtu yake. Mimi niko na tu Proface Black yani pale hivi unaona.
Boy yako?
Boy wangu man. So I never got on stage until, later on.
So but you started going to Wapi?
I started going to Wapi.
And seen in Kenya, this same culture that I was listening to on Africa.
Yeah. It's been embraced by other people as well. So it was actually a good experience for me, because after attending for some time, then I gained the courage to actually get up on a stage. And I remember how I got up on a stage was through a competition. And unlike today, today when you set up a stage and you call out for musicians in the crowd, everybody will come to because everybody is a musician nowadays. Back in the days, in that day, kwanga hivyo. Like if you call out for rappers on a stage, because the bar was too high.
Wapi was not a joke,
Wapi
man.
was not a joke. And if
guys would boo you.
wanakutoa kwa stage, unaona. That's so jamaa competition inafanyika. I talk about that? Should I talk about that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Boss is the playhouse. Nothing. You can't talk about whatever you want.
Of course. So I get there, Proface. Even actually that day, I didn't want to go. I was not intending to get up on that stage. So the competition was ongoing. Guys were competing until it got to a point where they asked if there is anybody in the crowd who felt like he was capable of taking on, these rappers on stage.
Yeah.
Because it was a freestyle battle thing, blah, blah, blah.
Wakuje.
Yeah, wakuje. Now I'm thinking, bado watu wakuji, watu waendi. Professor was like, yo Buddha maze, panda stage, ndo hii nini. In 2008 I remember. Nikasema nini venye itaenda iende. Na ndo nikapanda stage mara ya kwanza. I'm going to send you that footage, you see.
What? You've got the footage?
Yeah. I was actually sent for the other day. Because Zikuanga Nayo, and it's actually pretty interesting,
So you killed it.
I being my first time on stage in a place like Wapi, Wapi is not.
You started with the top. We started with the pinnacle, with
exactly.
the top.
Wapi was not for the faint-hearted. Like, you really needed to possess some amount of skill and courage as well to get up on a stage like that. So, Mifika battle. People are battling, nini, and then they ask me, there's this guy they put me against, yo, Kali, because unajua like Wapi, like I told you, everybody used to have their own cliques.
Yep.
Me, I didn't have anybody, and I was just rolling with Profis.
Profis.
So even the crowd is looking at me like, who the hell is this guy? Who the hell is this? And there's a certain way people were rapping. Like, there's a certain style of rap that had been embraced too, and I was not rapping like that. Mm-hmm. Me, one thing that I was blessed with, I believe, when it comes to music and rapping, is I know how to flow on a beat.
That's why you're here. Or should I say, that's why we are also here filming you.
Of course, man. So mi nikapanda pale nimeanza ku rap at first, because that's not how people are rapping. And then the crowd is looking at me like, damn, Ujamana, dude, this style is different.
Yeah.
But it's really dope, man. I was rapping, I was young. Everyone see that video. Hata I was young, because break vizuri, because I was 17 going to 18. I get, I'm just out there to compete, and I get to the finals. Unfortunately, I lose on the finals, but this is my first time on stage, I had never been on a stage before.
You got to the finals.
Yeah, I got to the finals, my first attempt. and I get to the finals. I'm like, aye.
1 2 1 2. Check. Mic check. Yeah. Let's go again. Yo. Stupid fala chapo niangalia, nimeshakwambia sura yako mbaya, wewe ni fala kwanza unafaa la. What's up with them mazemba na inajikata na kali nikuja na tupa wadhi wananipata. So nini unaangalia unanipost, so acha nikushe mazita bidi nimekushow. Fala stupid hakuna kitu naleta, hata Buddha Blaze najua nani hapa ko better. Buddha Blaze mazitu na utagis naleta vitu kali lakini msisi ni gay. Anatifanya na fista lakini mimi na do wingi na nikidu na do it every day. So itabidi nimeleta ninakuja na kama ni kali na tupa ni bonda ninavunja. Mimi mnoma kuna kitu mimi ndakwambia. Sawa hizi shinda brother when is stupid ulidhania. Feel say itabidi nime on stage. When if you can never stand up on my age. Page ya vitabu zako nimezizarua. Cheki benyo na kafala na kuradwa kabarua. Bishua cheki mazeta nuanga dwele bana. Bazeli kali na chupa jichafu dele bana. Lakini mzacha nikwambie toka hapa mti. Shigeni huko mkamkalie kama kiti. Mimi wanga sisikiki niko kamtu na chapanga beat ni kali kama biti. Umseto za yaki wanga imeisha. When if unafaa kukua fisha. Fisha. Give it up. Now, pass the mic to the next man. Ganimoto, let's do this. Check. Go boy.
cheki, nimecheki kwenye unarogo ulikuwa unatetemeka, kweli unaniogopa? Cheki, acha nikuwe frank. Kwa hii battle uko on the bottom, mimi niko on the top rank. Nasikia una manzi lakini mkiwa pamoja prefer kuwank. Cheki, MC. Yo cheki, nasikia cheki, nasikia umse alizaliwa kwa bahati mbaya jumadhake badala ya kumeza alimeza Briton badala ya kumeza contraceptive. Nimesikiza mapunchline zako na ziliwanga ineffective. Cheki MC venye na come through. Cheki na come through ka symptoms za HIV. Point blank sijui utanige hiyo simu ama utapiga nayo juu by the time ni madane na umse utanid kukol ma paramedics hapa hivi. Chukuta konga na homicide wapi hapa hivi. Give it up!
Who are you battling in the finals?
There's a guy called Gadimoja. Gadimoja, he had his clique out there, and you know, if you got
fans, it's the people who decide.
Yeah, it's the people who decide now. Then in ilikuwa based on the crowd, you know, reaction from the crowd, and if you have your people there to influence,
exactly.
You know. So me, I get there and Buddha Blaze. There's a guy called, I think that's the first time I introduced myself to the people as Khaligraph Jones. There's a guy called Point Blank. You know Point Blank?
Of course, we know Point Blank.
That's the first guy I told. Nikamwambia Buddha. He asked me my name when I got on stage, and I told him, my name is Khaligraph. My name is Khaligraph. Because even Proface, who was my boy, didn't know about the name Khaligraph.
What?
Yeah, I was talking to Khaligraph, and then he announced on stage, "Yo, we got Khaligraph Jones," you know. And just from then, Eugene Bakiapo got to the finals.
Where did you get the name Khaligraph Jones? Why Khaligraph?
I was in school. High school. I wouldn't say there's an interesting story behind the name. The name just came up, and I thought that you know. It's a pretty cool name, you know. Khaligraph, yeah. And I used to do a lot of
calligraphy.
So I was like, calligraph. Kulikuwa na jamaa kwa wrestling alikuwa anaitwa the great Kali, the big guy. There's a very tall big guy. So Kali. So I was like, my calligraph is gonna start with a KHALI, not C.
Yes.
And we're not gonna have a Y on the end, just without the Y. And we're like, Ijina norma, unaona.
Now
Jones now, this is very interesting. And when mtu unasikiza gospel music, right?
Yep.
And if you might have heard about the group called 4th Avenue Jones.
Yes.
That's where I got the Jones from. Because I used to be a very big fan of them.
You can't even make that for 4th Avenue Jones were like the Black Eyed Peas of gospel.
Exactly, yeah. So at that time they had this song "Move On" and Dore something nini.
Dude,
yeah.
Your background is blowing my mind.
Yeah, man. So because of me being a big fan of their music and them as a group, I decided to take that name and put them together with Khaligraph Jones. And I thought it sounded pretty cool together, man. Khaligraph and Jones are very compatible and go together. And from then, nikasema tu acha ibaki hivyo.
And that was the... So, okay, now you make it to the finals of Mwapi. Of course, Buddha Blaze, who was the host of that show, like, yo, you recognized talent.
Where you been? They're asking me where I've been at, and I'm like, I've just been here. I've been attending, but you know, I'm young. Bado ujui yani vitu, and the winner was supposed to get there was a Motorola phone Razr. At that time, I didn't even have a phone, and I'm thinking, damn, nimefika finals. So there's a very high likelihood of me taking this phone, unaona. But because of, you know, it is what it is, and so, you know, you can never win every day. So I get to the finals. Unfortunately, I lose to Gadimoja, and he takes the phone. And I think that loss was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because if I didn't lose at that time, then I don't think I would be where I am right now, you know?
Okay, why? What happened?
It changed my mindset. I was like, you know, I get off stage and I'm like, kwani ujamaa ananishinda aje? Na tena kwani mimi ni mnoma aje? Nimefika finals, unaona? I get to the finals. So nikasema, yani even the next time when they were, holding these competitions again, this time I participated, from the beginning.
From the beginning, yeah. You were like, hey, you put up your hand. You were like, I need to be in from the start.
Exactly, man. And I never lost a battle since then. Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, I never lost.
Okay, let me ask you, where did you used to sharpen your gift? Where did you used to practice? Just in your room alone? Or did you used to battle guys in the hood?
Not in the hood. Because funny thing is that it was until afterwards that Kayole started embracing me as an MC and as a rapper,
It was after now you made it.
Yeah.
Jesus,
back in the days,
you're not accepted in your own home of prophet.
It's funny thing, man. But nilikuwa napenda kurap sana hata kwa hao. Whenever I got an opportunity, I will just get up on stage and display my talent any place. And there's a guy called Felo hapa hivi alielekeza hapa. Nilikuwa nanga kwao, unaona, like cause we go way back.
What? First of all, like big ups for that. Even I was speaking to your manager, it's like you've not left guys, you've gone
from the beginning. So I used to go to their place. You're staying with parents still. That's where they used to have a computer, because I didn't have back then. If you had a computer desktop, you're downloading all these instrumentals from American instrumentals and nini. I'm just using those to perfect my talent. So I was rapping every day in school, wherever I used to go. I just used to rap. So I was just rapping, and with these easy ma rap nafanya kumbe zina na perfect craft yangu, and I didn't know about that. And
your 1,000 hours were not in the limelight.
Yeah. Because me, I was just doing it because I'm passionate about rapping and music, and you don't even know that while you were doing it, you are sharpening your skills as well.
Yep.
So that's how it happened.
So let me ask you, do you still like freestyling? Or do you still do freestyling? Or
Yeah.
So for example, can you drop something about the Playhouse right now?
I mean, I'm not as sharp as I used to be back in the days. But the thing with me is that if you give me an instrumental, I'd know how to flow with the instrumental.
Okay, I get. I understand what it is. Okay, let's continue with this story. I was just trying to get myself a soundtrack. Gotta pay for that, homie. So, okay, now you win this thing. You've given yourself the name. I'm calling that like the birth of Khaligraph Jones in terms of the name. What happens next now?
What happens next is in 2009, I was in the 4th form. I was just about to complete high school, and there's this big competition that is happening again. And this time round, unlike usually competition, the other competitions that I was participating in, this is a how would I put it? Not a regional competition, but it was the Africa-wide MC Africa, MC Africa competitions. And everybody is registering to participate. And this time, you remember I told you Point Blank is the first guy I told you.
Oh no!
Point Blank.
I think Pole, I've just gotten a revelation. Okay, just go continue the story, Pole.
Yeah. So Point Blank, in this case, Point Blank is not a judge. Point Blank is also a participant.
Yes, I know Point Blank. In fact, as an MC.
Yeah, as an MC, and he's a very dope MC. We have Bamboo's bro, Kimia.
Yep.
Very dope MC as well. We had at Shorty Ecstatic. We had a whole list of dope rappers, dope MCs. And the requirements for this competition is that the only way you could express yourself is by using the English language. And I can Point Blank, these guys are wanaongeanga kizungu kila siku buda. Kimia, on the other hand, he was raised in America. And, he came back to Kenya and he settled here. So it's
Ecstatic, the same thing.
Yeah, Ecstatic. It's almost the same thing, So mi niko like, bro, shit. Niko kukayole muda bana. Nyara hizi wa kizungu ni za kurap, yani unajua. So I'm like, hey, this caliber is not for me. This is I can't compete with these kind of people. Of course, Point Blank and so I'm like, nah, I'm not going to take part in this competition. And then Proface again tells me that Buddha,
unafanya nini?
You have nothing to lose.
Oh yeah.
You have nothing to lose. Go compete. If you lose, it's all good. You will have gained experience and you will know how to go about it next time. And if you win, we'll know how you're good, you know. So even they needed all the requirements, or you needed to have a passport.
Because the winner was supposed to go down, I think, to SA or something.
To SA, you're supposed to travel to Botswana and then South Africa, you know. So you needed to have a passport, ID, and all that. Me, I'm still in high school. And furthermore, I didn't even think I had any chance in, you know, emerging as the winner in this competition. So I'm just taking part to make the challenge interesting. Yeah, and then we had over 500 people wanafanya auditions. And then I'm auditioning and we had Abbas as the judge, Nazizi, Mwafrika, unaona, and
the OGs.
The OGs of the game. And what they needed you to do once you get on stage is that they'd give you a topic and they'll ask you to freestyle about the topic they've given you. So you get on stage, you're like, yo, what is your name? My name is Khaligraph. Of course, they had seen me at Wapi, but this is a very different platform. This is an international platform, you know. What is your name? Khaligraph. So, Khaligraph, you know how to rap? I'm like, yeah, I know how to rap. Bado nilikuwa najishuku because unaangalia kina Point Blank and you know kina watu wanaongea mavizungu zingine lakini so nasema wateza nane. But either way, it is what it is, man. Let me just do this. Me. Hey, Abbas is like, yo, Khaligraph, I'm holding a glass right here. I want you to rap about this glass. DJ, play the beat. And I told him my name. Can you play a beat?
In over.
Yeah, and now I say I was blessed with this gift of rapping, and I know how to flow, and I know how to rhyme words, even if I'm not saying, you know, anything of substance.
Yes.
You know. So Abbas like, yo, Khaligraph, rap about this glass. So of course I know glass rhymes with pass and class and
ass.
Exactly, an ass, you know.
I know you didn't want to say that because so our gospel.
Yeah, so like, I see you holding a glass, but if I come through, definitely I'm a pass. If you talk, now it's you that I'm a crash. Every day I get the pass. Hey, and you know I'm flowing on the beat, and to me, I mean, flowing on a beat, it's something that I find
second nature. Yeah,
it's just very simple, and surprisingly, to many people, it's sort of hard. Up to right now, I don't understand how a person cannot flow on an instrumental, a rapper. You know, you unaenda offbeat, aje. I don't get that. Makasa easy, aje. So I did that. They were impressed. I make it to the second phase. Do that. The shit. I'm just progressing to the next level until I.
So at the second stage, were things a bit different? Like,
of course, things were a bit different.
What did they ask you to do?
They wanted to test your lyrical abilities. Because on the second phase, they were pitting you guys against each other. The guys would have made it to that level. Now you had to face each other, and then when you're nashinda your level, you progress to the next stage again. So they put me against a guy called who they put me with. I think I battled some kid called, was it Keep Sanif? Keep Tanui or something like that. And he was very dope. He was very, very dope, man. Battled the guy, you know, killed him. Yeah, of course. Battled everybody. We did a cypher, Mimi Akinakimi. Of course, Point Blank. It was expected that they would proceed to until the final stages. So we do this cypher of 10 people until you're like 10 people. So watu wana rap, huyu akimalizia na hii word, you had to pick it up from that.
Yep.
So he's rapping about we're talking about the can. And then you take it from the can, yo, you know that I'm the man. You best understand that it come through. I'm the guy with the plan, rapping on, you know, my stuff is on demand, and the other guy has to take it. So it's like that. It's a back and forth thing.
Too fresh.
Yes, too, man. That was dope, man. That was really dope, and my shit was impressive, man.
I like it.
Still, again, they're like, unajua, I didn't go there with the intention of winning. I knew I was just going to be there to just participate, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, I'm really good at this. Damn, I'm actually making it to the finals. What's happening? And then I start thinking, hey, passport, ID, passport, ID. easy vitu ni aje, but I'm like, whatever, man. It is what it is. Let's just continue. We do it. We get to the Nini semi-finals. Khaligraph, I battle Kimia. You know, I kill him on that battle, you know, and then I get to the finals with Point Blank.
So you are the one who knocked out Kimia.
Yeah,
I need to pause there because Kimia is not an underdog rapper, man.
Bro.
This is not a nobody. This is a rapper.
Kimia is one of the rappers that I think he's in my top 10.
Kenya, yes.
Kenya, yeah, he has to be in my top 10. He's a lyrical MC. He's
Yep.
very articulate with his words. You know,
a lot of people know Bamboo, but a lot of guys don't know Kimia because he's hard and they had a studio in Westie. I forgot
of course, Headbangers.
Headbangers. But those guys were on their own hip hop tip, man.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So that's why I just wanted to slow you down because you knock him out. That's no small thing. Rappers know,
bro. Me, I didn't even know how that happened. I just did it, man. I was just doing my thing. Remember when I told you that I never take Mimi? I'm always trying to perfect my craft, rapping, freestyling. So it came to pay off in that competition.
Yes. So who did you meet now in the finals?
In the finals, I met Point Blank.
Yeah. Yes.
So they had already seen, from the observations of all those battles that I was doing, you could tell that Khaligraph Jones was going to take this. And now they call me backstage. They're asking me, Khaligraph, do you have a passport? Do you have a nini? Hey, I'm like, Buddha, mazi. Furthermore, it's actually was imeshapita. It's way past 2 a.m. in the morning. It's in the AM already. Mi hata sijai kuwa nje that late. Remember when I told you nilikuwa mshamba, sikuwa najuanga kwenda hizi maplace yani. Professor alikuwa ananipeleka. So, mimi hata sina hata ID yenyewe, acha passport hata hizi. So they asked me if I had a passport and I told them I didn't have a passport, but they were like, "Okay, cool. We can organize for that ASAP, you know?" But then when I told them I didn't have an ID, that's where they were like, "Sasa wewe pia uko aje?" So I just knew that that really knocked out my chances of like becoming like the winner, the real winner. So even by the time me and Point Blank were doing the freestyle battle thing, and knowing very well that even I was definitely, I knew I was gonna take it. And don't get me wrong, Point Blank is one of the best freestylers we have in East Africa, probably Africa. But the way I had venye nilikuwa na progress kwa hii battle, nilikuwa nimeget fan base nyingine noma sana yani, and I knew very well that everybody, this competition was in my favor. But of course, not meeting all the requirements.
Back end kuna vitu.
So he battled with Point Blank and back and forth and but kwa tu like Khaligraph can't nini, unaona, like even tukanini me. And even along the way when I was battling Point Blank, that we had that conversation was already done, laid down. Yani it was already done. Yani awezi nini. So tukamaliza. Even when the Point Blank was being announced as the winner, kulikuwa na a lot of and then he had to explain to the people. Jamaa na vitu.
So man, I know I had the Point Blank story, and I even interviewed Buddha Blaze, and Buddha Blaze says that no, Khaligraph couldn't go. In fact, this is what Buddha Blaze says.
Khali was like winning. I remember in 2008 he won MC Africa battle. He killed every MC in Kenya at the time, but he was still going to school, so he couldn't fly out. Remember, we had to take MCs in every country and take them to South Africa. So the man that ended up going to South Africa was the second best, who was Point Blank. Because Khali couldn't go because he had exams that year. So Khali has always been winning battles. Khali's been in the battle game for years. I remember seeing him. He's the one MC I can vouch, like, that dude can rap. I mean, he was killing MCs left, right.
From the Wapi days.
Yeah, he was killing them. He was always the guy that took that stage with power.
But he says that you couldn't go because of school. But now what I'm hearing is that your back end wasn't fixed.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Point Blank wins, and I put that in quotes.
Yeah, Point Blank takes it. And if there is anybody who I'd have wanted to take that, the win, if not me, it had to be Point Blank. And that's, what he did. He won and then went to represent Kenya on that, platform.
Yes.
And he did what he had to do. I think he did great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, that's a crazy story. Crazy.
Sisi tulimisi after kushindwa kwa battle tumeachwa huko bro. Sasa unajua me I had never been out that late. And I told you Professor ndo alikuwa ananipeleka hizi vitu. So these guys, Channel O guys, they are done with the competition. Oh, okay, it's done. It's a wrap. Point Blank is the winner. They collect their things, their cameras, blah, blah, blah. They gave us phones, my phones. Kulikuwa na microphone, flying to my phone.
Yeah.
They gave me that phone. I didn't even have a phone. I didn't have a phone at that point. Of course, I think nilikuwa na kasimu lakini sasa kanipatia. I think that hiyo sasa niko na kasimu na my phone. And I thought it was pretty cool, man. Hata kama wanipatia anything, mimi niko na kasimu, unaona. So they collected their things, cameras, blah blah blah. They left. Wakatuacha hapo kwa club. Wale watu wameshindwa wamebaki huko kwa nini club iko tu hapa Baricho Road. Can't remember the name.
Oh, yeah.
But that's where it happened. So wamechukua vitu zao wameenda. Sasa tuko kwa club. It's around 2-3. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Competition imeisha. Wala sio kumbuja kompewa wameenda. Sasa tumebaki kwa club. Tuko na my phone yangu kwa box. Wow, unajua tena wala sio walikuwa pale. Wala sio walikuwa kinoma finals ni mababi wote yani. Kila mtu ameenda. Professor alienda, Professor aliniacha huko, ilibidi ameenda sababu mzae wake pia anaweza leta shida akilala nje, unaona.
Yes.
So mbaki pale tuko bana shinda sasa itakuwaje? Kidogo ishafika around 3:30, hype yangu ishaisha in the club. So you remember I was everybody was screaming my name, but most of the people had already left. So the people who are in the club that time, these
different
are just,
audience,
different audience, of course. And so the bouncer comes to me and he's like, "Yo, bro, if you're not buying a drink, you need when your time, you kindly just get outside, bro. Like, just go, man. If you're not buying anything, toka huko ndani toka." Jamaa shani sahau buda mazi. Yani nataka kubattle hapa buda, umenisahau. Sasa because una namna yani, and like right now, if you tell me that right now, even naweza kuji-explain. Your time siju kuji-explain kwa club niko like, amesema tutoke. So there's this rapper who used to go by the name of G-Con. G-Con. So G-Con tulikuwa naye hapo. G-Con tumemba tutoke. Sasa tumetoka tumeenda tumekaa hapo nje ya Baricho Road hapo, tumerelax tunangoja asubuhi labda ifike, alafu tukapige kalesa, tuingie tao tuchukue nini. Imeenda tumekawia, tumepigwa na njeve. It was so cold. I remember that night. That night was very cold, man. But we decided that okay, to hell with it. We're just going to go home. So, but we needed to get to the city first. So, but for us to get to the city, we need to go through Pale Railways.
Yeah, that place is dangerous.
Very dangerous. Na hatukuwa na do. Your time tuna roll kigangster sana. Because at some point, even back in Wapi, we used to walk. I used to walk all the way from Tao to Kayole. To Kayole. Walked there a couple of times, very many times actually. It was nothing. So
for me, I thought you were going to say to British Council. You mean
ni karibu. We were walking all the way to Kayole bana.
Yo.
We just wanted to get like 5 minutes on stage to perform because we loved doing music and there was no money that was being paid to us. But anyway, it is what it is. So your time tuko na G-Con tukasema buda manzi njevini, acha tuende tukapite tu hapo yani. Wewe tuende yani, unajua. So we start walking and we didn't have money. G-Con alikuwa sijui na 30 bob or something, I can't remember. Alikuwa na nini. So when we get to that place, that bridge place, now we are supposed to cross. Tunakutana na polisi, some drunk policeman, and he is like, "Yo, vijana mnaenda wapi?" I'm like, sisi tumetoka kufanya nini. So you remember I had my box.
Yeah.
Nini tumetoka nimefanya battle, nimeshinda, hata ndo tunaenda kwa nyumba tuenda tatao. Nini nashafunga. Hatshikanisha. There's a way they tie. Yeah, they'll take your shirt and they'll take the other guy's shirt and they tie them together. It's like we have committed an offense.
Yeah.
Tunajitetea nini, akachukua ile 30 bob, tukampatia ile 30 bob tulikuwa nayo wazejo. So akachukua akatuachilia Fortunately, we get to the city. Now we don't have any money. We don't have any money because I don't have money for transport to get back home. Jikon pia anabaka, but Jikon alikuwa ordinary, unaona. Huyo jamaa anajua hizi mavitu. So he's like, yo bro, mimi I'm gonna go to F2 and bangaiza there until kitu around sijui ngapi, then I go home. So mimi I don't, sasa hii ni mimi hata sijui sasa kitu tena ni nini. Hizi ma F2 nilikuwa nasikia tu akina naniwa kiimba kina Red Sun. Sasa hizi tena ni nini? Ma F2 mimi nikasema acha niende na huko ma OTC. I'll see if I can find a way. Nikifika huko kupigia mzae nini, I don't think kulikuwa na MPESA. I don't even know because I remember I stayed there until daybreak. Light ilikuja hadi jua ilinipata tao, but I just remember fortunately I was able to get home yani afterwards. So I get home because kulikuwa na easy tag. Yes. A very big tag, MC Africa and a phone, bro. Trust me, mimi sikujali about going to South Africa and nini. Me, I was just happy I had the tag, MC Africa tag, and the phone. And on the next Monday, because it was on ikafika next kama Tuesday, Wednesday, they put my picture on the newspaper.
Wow.
I was celebrated in school. Because nilienda siniko chuo bado. Niko form 4. I was celebrated there. I used to be the head boy, by the way. Mimi kuanga head boy.
Ulikuwa good boy bana.
Nilikuwa nimeanza sina mambo mingi.
The difference we can. I like the backstory because babu inaonesha the human side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the hustle, also the hustle. You know, guys are seeing you right now huko whatever they're thinking. Say this is where you came from. Umetembea Kayole kutoka tao many times.
Yeah. So sindo hivyo. Tukanini. Now, unakumbuka, you remember when I told you the first time I got up on stage and I lost that battle? You know, that was the best thing that happened to me at that time. And even in this particular case, same thing. Me not going to
SA and all of those things,
all those places, bro. Hiyo ndo imefanya Khaligraph akakwaga the OG that he is right now.